Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So today we are here, the Blue Badger's here. We're gonna finally fix these lights back here on this trailer. So we're gonna flip you around, we're gonna show you what we're doing, and let's go. So, as you'll notice, we have a brake light here, and we have a functioning tail light.
It did something.
Yeah,
No, the GoPro.
Yeah, it's fine. The screen just went off.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Alright, so, you'll see that this light is working as it's supposed to. You got a tail light and a brake light. But now over here, this one doesn't do anything. It literally does nothing. So you guys are gonna love this. So if you wiggle the connector just about like that, I don't know if you guys can see that, we have a little bit of function. It barely wants to do something. But then watch this. This is where it gets good. Let's grab a screwdriver. We're gonna pop this one out. We're gonna unplug it. We're gonna come over here. And now we're gonna fully seat it. And it works as it's supposed to. Fully seated, as it's supposed to, a functioning tail light and a brake light. We have 3 more. These are all brand new, literally brand new. Nothing, absolutely nothing. But we take the cheap one and it works. You come over here with a brand new one. It's literally brand new. Plug this one in over here. It'll work for a split second and then it won't do anything. So come in here, Robert. My oldest boy is our cameraman for today, so you guys are getting a real treat. Welcome Robert to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome Robert. So you'll see that whoever did this did a real nice job of wiring. They did a fantastic job. So what we're gonna, I mean, look at this. This is literally a wire nut. I'm not gonna mess with this while the trailer's plugged in because I don't want to blow a fuse in the tractor. But you can see that they did a great job. Let me grab that screwdriver. And you'll see that then over here on this one, so they use these butt connectors here. So we're gonna get rid of all this. We're gonna try to fix this, and they used these adapters, and then they just kind of made it not look so professional. So I'm assuming that there's a short somewhere in here, and then you'll see that this is just kind of like a ball of goo. This connector is different. I mean, it's newer than this one, so you can clearly tell that there's been multiple hands in this. And then these work as described, which is good, but as you can still see, it's all kind of jumbled up together. So they didn't do a great job, that's for sure. So what we're gonna do, and then let's come back over here and pop this one out. And even this. So these blue ones and this pin right here is for the strobe. But what I'm gonna do is, you'll notice that this red wire right here is for, obviously you have a ground, obviously you have your tail light, which is the white. Well, this is your brake light. Well, I don't know why they didn't wire this up to the brake light and then also have the strobe, because then you'll have 2 brake lights instead of just one brake light in the middle, you'd have two. So I went and got this. So here's what we're gonna do. So when I was at Kinley over the weekend, I found some good stuff. So as you'll notice, I found this harness that has all these on it already, which is fantastic, because I'm just gonna wire them in from the main harness, and then we're not gonna have all these splices that they have here butting everything together, because it's actually gonna be wired together. And then from one side to the other, I just got a spool of 25 feet 3-wire. So that's gonna solve that problem. So we're gonna pull all these lights out. We're gonna rewire everything. But before we do that, we're gonna bust out the old multimeter. Yeah, it's snap-on. You know, what are you gonna do? Well, technically this is Blue Point. So we're gonna test the primary harness to ground on each plug or each wire, and we're gonna see if we have a short somewhere, grounding out further up the trailer. But for now, we're gonna get to work, and we'll come back in once we make some more progress. Catch you guys in a bit. All right, guys, my wife has joined us in the festivities. Look at how beautiful she is. Do you guys see that? How did I get so lucky? I don't even know. But Robert's still our cameraman. I think we have it figured out. I'm gonna go up to the truck. I'm gonna flip the switch to do the light check. And we're gonna cycle through and we're gonna see if it still works. Hold on 5 seconds. So Robert and I have been hard at work, and we did a few things. We changed a couple things on the way the trailer was wired. So originally when I bought the trailer, this light, so number 3 and number 4, did not function as a brake light because of the strobe. But when I rewired it with Robert, we set pardon me, my allergies, 3 and 4 to be a brake light. And now let me go switch the strobe. So what happens now is 3 and 4 will strobe as long as the brakes aren't being engaged. But then when the brakes are engaged, the strobes get turned off, and then as soon as you let off the brake pedal, you go back to strobes, which I think is a very good tweak. I think it's great. So we're gonna see how it is, and if I ever need to change it to not be brakes, I can easily just cut a wire and tape it up, and then it's no problem. So we used, you'll see that this is what we originally were dealing with here, and I'm sure that this was part of the problem. So I'm sure that this had something to do with it. And then you'll see that we had this here. I don't even know what kind of jumbled mess. I mean, they used butt connectors that had shrink tube, but they didn't heat it up, so you can literally, well, that's pretty good. That one's actually pretty decent. I pulled some of them like straight apart. Oh, like that. So you can tell that they didn't actually do a good job of seating them. That side's pretty good, but obviously the other side isn't. So this is what we took out of there. So that's all gone. But we rewired it with this, as I mentioned earlier. So these worked out really well, because then all we had to do was connect these ends to the main harness, And then, I mean, it was self-explanatory from there. So, but as you can tell, she works as she's supposed to now. So that was a really productive day. And the fact that we have functioning legal taillights is a great thing. Let me flip off the strobes. So the only thing we have left to do, yeah, so I turned the strobes off. So now we should just have functioning brake lights. Yep, beautiful, beautiful. All right, well, I do believe we have finally fixed our taillight issue. Thanks to Robert for helping me. And now our next task, come on up here, Robert. So our next task, man, I don't know how I got so lucky. You guys see my smoke show of a wife right there? I don't know how I got so lucky, man. Look at that. Wow. So our next project, we're going to take these off the deck of the trailer, and we're going to come down here from the deck, the drop, and we're going to measure back 80 inches, and then we're going to put our first bracket, and we're going to drill a couple holes, and we're going to mount them up. So that'll be in another video. We're going to do a part 2. I don't know if it's a part 2, but we're going to do another video. But this is the tail light fix. We think we're solid. All we got to do is wrap the harness with some wire loom, and we're good to go. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you very much. And when you guys have this problem, or if you have something similar, pardon me, just rewire it. It's easier just to go ahead and rewire it, put some new connectors on there, instead of dealing with what somebody else before you messed with, because you don't know what you're dealing with here, right? You don't know what they were thinking, their mindset. So it's easier just to get the hardware and the connectors and the wire that you need, and just start from the beginning and just go forward. And as long as you know your main harness is good, you're solid. So what I did is when we tested the main harness to ground, we tested each line or each wire to ground to make sure we didn't have a short. We were good there. The ohms were good. It was reading very well. And then all we had to do, yeah, you know, when you're working, man, you gotta have a beer. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. So we tested each one, and then the continuity was good. So then we knew that we could just wire it in, and it works fine. So that's what we did to fix our trailer issue. We're gonna get to installing the ramps. I don't know if we're gonna do it today. We may do it tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. But hey, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this helps you guys, and hope you guys have a great day. Thanks again. Oh, y'all be safe out there. Get some work done. Toodles.